I'm Ellie, Marketing and Communications Apprentice at Hertford Regional College, and I'm here with Robert Halfon, Skills Minister and MP for Harlow. Thanks for letting me into your office to interview you. It's a good opportunity for me as an apprentice.
It's a pleasure, and I love to meet apprentices because I also have to look after apprentices as part of my government job.
So can I start by asking you about how you came to be the Minister for Skills?
Yes, when I was a MP for Harlow, before I was a government minister, I love apprentices. I learned a lot in Harlow, lots of people doing apprentices, and I decided to employ one in my office. It never happened before. No one had ever employed an apprentice working for an MP, and so we had them from Harlow College and Essex Council at the time helped support it, and local businessmen also helped support it, and we've had an apprenticeship ever since, and three have completed. One of them's now working in the House of Lords doing facilities management. He's a pretty amazing guy.
Wow.
Really, really impressive. And we now have one called Owen. He's from Harlow, pretty good. Maybe you'll apply one day, who knows. But they do an amazing job. When Theresa May became Prime Minister, I was called up by the Prime Minister on the Sunday, just after a few days after she became Prime Minister, and she asked me if I would do this job because they knew that I was really interested in it. So I was very lucky to be, because I can help. I want millions of people to do what you're doing, and millions of people to have apprenticeship opportunities, because it's a way of getting up on a ladder of opportunity. It means you're going to have a job at the end of it, most probably, because 90% of apprentices get jobs. You're going to have a skill that employers will love. You're going to get an important qualification, and you're already interviewing the Minister of Apprentices, so you must be a pretty good apprentice.
So I was going to ask you about your experience with hiring apprentices, because you're the first one to hire them. So
yeah, it's amazing. So we did interviews with the college and with the local businesses as well. They do the main interviews, and then I do the final. It's a bit like The Real Apprentice, not The Real Apprentice, but the programme, the TV, Alan Sugar one. And I did the final one, so it's a pretty tough process. And so that's how we choose, because you need to choose the right person that is interested in politics and loves Parliament and really wants to work. Is really hungry for it. Really wants to work hard. Owen's doing a great job. In fact, he does tours now around the House of Commons.
Really?
And you're all welcome to come on one. And he's legendary.
So what do you think the most significant changes have been for apprenticeships most recently?
Really important ones. We're changing the qualifications to make sure that the employers like them. So at the moment they're called frameworks. I don't know if you're doing that.
Yeah.
So they're going to become standards, and so they're much more employer-led, because we want to make sure, if you make sure the employers like them, it means more employers will have apprentices. We're doing a lot. We're going to make sure that all the big companies who have got wage bills, so if they've got a big wage bill, in other words, if they pay a wage bill that's over £3 million, we're putting a special levy on them, which means that they have to use that money. They have to hire an apprentice, and if they don't, we take the money, the government, and helps spend it on smaller companies or small organisations so they can have apprentices. We've got a thing that we want 3 million apprentices by 2020. That's what I've got to do, my job. But I've got 700,000 people who started an apprentice since May 2015, so another 2 and a bit million to go.
Nearly there.
It's tough.
Very tough.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we want Britain to become an apprentice nation, I want every young person who wants an apprenticeship to have that chance, because it is amazing. As you would, don't you agree?
Amazing, yeah. So if a parent asked you why their child should choose an apprenticeship over going to uni, what would you say?
University is good. I went to university because apprenticeships weren't on offer, in the variety that there was when I was going to choosing, and I had a brilliant time at university. But if I was here now and was offered, I would do an apprenticeship. But it's a no-brainer to me, because you're earning while you're learning, so you don't have any debt. You get a qualification, and you're guaranteed a job. Well, virtually. I should say 90% of apprenticeships get jobs. There'll always be some who don't, but on the whole. And you get a skill that really is recognised. You're actually working in a company or an organisation. And so I think it's an incredible thing for people to do. incredible thing for people to do, and I want more people to do it, and I want everybody to think, wow. So if they see you, sometimes people see people from university and they go, that's good, that's wow, you went to university. I want people to say, oh, that's good, you went to university, but hey, you're an apprentice, that's pretty incredible. That's what I want everybody to think.
Wow, so I think we're getting there.
Do you? Why do you think that?
I think apprenticeships I think people used to associate them differently. I think they're thought of a lot higher now. Definitely.
Why do you think that? Just from what you pick up in the street and stuff?
Yeah, I think that, and especially as they're offered over, like you can do an apprenticeship in pretty much anything now, can't you?
Almost, yeah.
But previously that wasn't really, well, I don't really know. But from what
I've seen apprentices in everything from marketing to robotics. Literally, robotics, incredible. These 20-year-olds learning to, state-of-the-art robotics in factories, unbelievable.
Crazy.
How they can do it, just absolutely incredible.
What measurable impact can apprentices have on the wider economy?
Huge. We have if I'm honest, we've got a big problem in our country that young people, not just young people, but the whole country doesn't have skills, like really skills that employers need. So we're behind lots of European countries. So it's amazing. We're the 5th largest economy in the world and one of the greatest countries in the world, if not the greatest. And yet on skills, so like we have a technology revolution, but having an apprenticeship means you get a skill. So we'll not only give young people jobs that they'll get and qualifications, but we'll also make sure that our economy grows because people have the skills that we need to make sure that we have the right skills in the economy.
As Skills Minister, what achievement are you proudest of?
Well, if we get 3 million quality apprenticeships, so I haven't achieved it yet, I've got 700,000, and if we change Britain into a real apprenticeship nation, and we make, when anyone says they do an apprenticeship, I want the first reaction to be wow. That's when we know we've made a difference. And if we're also making reforms to further education, so at the age of 16, any young person will either be able to say, okay, I want to do A-levels, like in a normal way, traditional way, or I want to do technical or professional education. You'll be offered 15 different alternatives, from digital to engineering to social care to security to healthcare. There's 15 of them, and within those 15 different areas there's lots of kind of sub areas. So for example, if you say you want to do engineering, you could do mechanical engineering or electrical engineering, and they're going to be offered those state-of-the-art 15 routes that will really boost the prestige of everyone who goes to further education colleges. So and that's starting in 2019, and it's going to be rolled out slowly and will finish being rolled out during the 2020s, 2022.
I'm really pleased with how the interview went with Robert Halfon. It was such an amazing opportunity for me as an apprentice, especially with National Apprenticeship Week coming up from the 6th of March to the 10th of March.